Here in the Philippines. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Nmat, or the National Medical Admission Test. So grab your coffee and your furry friend and let's get started. Now, for those of you who know me well, when I study, I am very serious about it. And you know that no one and nothing is going to stop me from studying, except for 2020. So this is how that went. Number one, find your study space and your study time. Now, personally, I don't care to go to coffee shops and study. It can get kind of loud. I'd rather study at home. My dad makes fun of me because when I study, I actually move around, and I didn't even notice that. So one day I'm studying on the floor, then the next week I'm sitting on the couch, or I might even take over my sister's room. The possibilities are endless. Yes, I know it's weird, but it gets the job done. So, yeah. What I do suggest is that you go study in a place that is bright. I have a lamp here. It has different settings, and it's always kept on the highest setting because if I study in the dark, I'm going to fall asleep. So, as for studying time, I personally studied in the morning or at nighttime. I found that if I studied in the afternoon, right after lunch, I ended up falling asleep, or I would push myself and try and study while I was very sleepy, and I didn't retain anything. And that was just a waste of time. So find a time that's good for you. If you're sleepy, don't push it. Maybe take a quick nap and then get right back to it. Number two is your study technique. I've seen a lot of people doing the Pomodoro method, and when I first started studying, I did this too. Now, it's really great. I enjoyed it, but then I realized after a couple of weeks of doing it that it really wasn't for me. The first 25 minutes, I found myself really engrossed in my studies, and I was super focused. I didn't need a break. But then I would just take that break because I had it. And then when the next 25 minutes came, I would have a very hard time refocusing again. So I stopped this method and I thought to myself, let me just study and see what happens. So I ended up studying for maybe 1 to 2 hours. And then if I needed a break, I gave myself a break. I set a timer, maybe 5 to 15 minutes, depending on how I felt. I had a snack, listen to music, and then I'd go right back to studying. And I'm not saying that not to use the Pomodoro method or anything, but just maybe use it. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, then find what works for you. Everyone's different. Number 3 is your study schedule. So I studied over the span of 7 months, which, not gonna lie, was not the best decision. I got really tired and kind of discouraged after a while. If I could go back and change my study plan, I would probably only study for about 2 to 3 months at the most. What I do suggest doing is going back and studying the practice test that CEM gives you once you sign up for the Nmat. It has all the sections. What I did is one day I had maybe physics, and then I did all the questions, and then the next day I rationalized and I saw what I needed to work on. My weakest areas were physics and chemistry, and I also studied the perceptual acuity and the inductive reasoning. I made sure to answer as many of those types of questions as I could within a certain amount of time. The next thing are the resources. So the first resource that I used was the online CCAT learning module. I don't remember exactly how much I paid for them, but I'll put the link down below. They provide you with questions and the answers, and then they also give you quizzes and exams to complete. I really like this because I was able to do this on my own time. The second resource that I used was the MSA Nmat workbook. The workbook has all of the sections. It gives an outline of the Nmat test, and it has questions and answers with explanations. This wasn't my favorite resource, but I have seen a lot of people use it, so give it a try. I got mine at National Bookstore, but you can also get it online. The fourth resource that I used was actually another YouTube account called the Organic Chemistry Tutor. He provides a lot of examples and he explains them really well, so I do urge you to give him a try. I will put his link down below. The last resource I used is the Filipino website, which I really liked. It gives you an outline of the Nmat along with explanations, tips, and practice tests. The practice tests come with answers, but no explanations, so you do have to look for them online if you want them. The best part is that this is all free. I'll also put the link down below. The next thing that I really want to discuss is using our our phones during studying time. I do have a lot of classmates and friends that just turn off their phones when they study, but that's just not realistic for me. I have a job, I have parents that are always calling me, and my friends are all over the world, including my family. So what I do is I put my phone behind my computer. I like to follow that saying, out of sight, out of mind. If I can't see it, I am more likely to forget about it and less likely to be distracted by it. My rest days were Saturday and Sunday, and I actually had about 2.5 weeks where I didn't study at all. I was really tired, like I said earlier, and I just told myself, no more, I'm not going to study for these 2.5 weeks. I'm just going to let myself rest. So at first I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to fail the Nmat if I don't study these 2.5 weeks. But then I told myself, I've been studying for a long time, so why not just give myself a break? I enjoy being active. I really like boxing, swimming, running, lifting weights, you name it. What really helped me was being able to put my headphones on, head out to the mountain, and just go for a long walk. It really relieved my stress, especially after spending so much time inside. I'm not saying that you have to go out and go walk by yourself in the mountains, but find something that allows you to relax and clear your mind. Especially after all that studying, it does feel like you're just cramming your brain, and it's really not a good feeling. So I do suggest you go out, get some fresh air, talk to some friends, and do something that you love. The last thing that I will be talking to you about is the actual online Nmat test. Number one, please go to sleep early, or at least get a lot of sleep. Don't be like me and watch Netflix until 1:30 a.m. Don't do it. Number two, please, for all that is holy, eat a good breakfast, because if you're in that test and your stomach is gurgling, you're gonna regret it. For my test day, the earliest that we could be online was 6:30 a.m. and I decided to arrive online at 7 a.m. I ended up being, I think, the 130th person in the QE, so I really do urge you guys to get online as early as possible. That way you can start right away. And with that said, I hope you guys were able to learn something from this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below or message me. And thank you for sticking around. Bye!